Hello, welcome to Small Talk. Welcome to Small Talk. Wow, it's really hard to believe, but we're actually starting season 3, and they said we wouldn't last. Actually, that's not true. Anyway, I'm really excited to speak with today's guest, especially after reading her bio. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to meet Karen Humpage. So Karen, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
I'm really excited because I read your bio and you have so many different things that you do. I wasn't sure where to start. Then I thought, I know, your band. Tell me about the band.
Band is a very good place to start. So 12 years ago, I met a man online. I know online romance is not a thing back then, but they are now. Anyway, we developed a friendship writing songs together over the internet. And after I had my cancer surgery, he said, why don't you come here for some of your convalescence? I said, sounds great.
Okay, wait, let's just back up a little bit. Here is where?
New Zealand.
Oh,
pardon me. Yes, I was going to get there. So
okay, sorry.
So yes, no, New Zealand. So my kids thought this was a great idea. We have friends and family that live there. They all pooled together, bought me an airline ticket. So 4 months after my surgery, when I was cleared to be able to travel, I left on a plane 12,500 kilometers away to go meet somebody I'd never met before in person, to start writing our songs in person. And the idea was I was going to go there for a month and explore the songwriting, check out the country, see some family we hadn't seen for years, and then come home. Well, I arrived. I absolutely fell in love with the place. I absolutely fell in love with this guy that I was writing a song with, and it was mutual for him. I ended up staying for 4 months.
Right.
And by the time that I came home, we had a musical duo that was formed and started a long-distance relationship, flying back and forth every 6 months until we could get a permit for him to come here to Canada.
Wow. Okay,
So,
well, I'm all over the place. I wanted to just talk about your cancer just for a minute there. What
Yes.
kind of cancer did you have?
Uterine.
Uterine cancer.
Yeah.
But you're free, you're all nice and...
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
great.
It's been almost 12 years now. so
Congratulations, that's
thank you.
awesome. Now, how long did this long-distance relationship go?
It was back and forth every 6 months for 6 years before
Wow.
we could get him a permit and a job transfer here to Vancouver. Then it was easy after that. So then he got here, we got married,
Ta-da!
and ta-da, the rest is history. So we have a band together that's called Mark Karen.
Which means...
Yeah, which is Mark and Karen together, drop the K, because my husband's name is Mark.
Okay.
So that's our latest CD. It's live at the Coffee House. This was recorded at the Clark Theatre live, and that's us on the cover.
What,
so
what
we're very
type of
excited.
music is it?
We actually play, we don't really have any one set genre. The fans that we have that follow us and that have followed us for the last few years tell us that we play blues acoustifunk. So that's not really a genre, but the fans seem to think that it is, so that's what we've been dubbed as an acoustifunk band. Okay, it works for me. Anyway, it's a good sound. It ranges anywhere from traditional folk music to, rock music to blues music to jazz. We do, and everything in between. So,
Do you both sing?
yes.
And do you both play instruments as well?
Yes, I'm a guitar writer. Or a guitar player, sorry.
That's all right.
My husband and I play a little bit of piano. Let's put it this way, I play instruments well enough to write the songs.
All right.
My main thing in our band is to sing. My husband, however, is a multi-instrumentalist, and pretty much anything he picks up, he can, even if he's never played it before, give him 10 minutes, he'll figure it out. So he's the main instrumental part of our part of the band, and then we have a flute player and a piano player, and they all join
I
in,
see.
so.
How many people are in the band total?
Normally speaking, 4. We have played it with as many as 11, depending on what venue or what show it is that we're putting on.
Do you tour?
Yes, we do. And in fact, we're going on, we have a little mini tour up the Sunshine Coast coming up in July. Our main tour that we're doing this year will be from Vancouver to Ottawa. We're driving from Vancouver to Ottawa we leave the end of July and get back the beginning of September. So
Right. Oh, wow.
that'll be
That's
5 weeks on the road.
Has music always been a part of your life?
Yeah, my mom dragged me into church choir when I was 4 years old, because she thought that singing would help to give me some discipline. I was a little bit of a wayward child. So, and it worked. Singing was definitely something that allowed me to focus on what I was doing and not necessarily get into as much trouble as I would have otherwise. And then when I turned 11, I started taking other musical instruments. In the beginning, I started with piano. And then I started to learn how to play the flute and the clarinet, and I learned how to play the guitar. And then when I got into band in high school, there was, you know, a little bit of trumpet and a little bit of saxophone. Like I said, I can dilly-dally and play enough of all the instruments to be able to write the music because I'm a singer-songwriter, but I leave the professional performing to my husband.
Well, we have to take a break, okay, but it's not going to be long. Stay tuned. We'll be right back after this short break.
No one believes us, but then what do they know?
The night is cold. Ask anybody, they don't wanna be alone. It's a bad way to be living, sad way to be going on.
We're back, and I'm speaking with Karen Humpage. So, Karen, I wanted to ask you about a non-profit organization that you have. What's that about?
Oh, the program actually is called Youth Open Stage. It's part of, it's one of the programs that's underneath the Rail Yard Society for Performing Arts. And my husband Mark and I, we run this Youth Open Stage program. It's for children ages 12 to 19. And it involves every aspect of being on stage that you can think of. It's whether it's comedy or music or monologues for theater or anything that's going to help kids to learn how to perform better. That's what it is that we're teaching. Most of the students that we have in the program at the moment are musical students, so they're getting voice lessons, instrument lessons, stage performance, sound tech instruction, anything that they want to learn from the aspect of being a performer on stage. Songwriting, we have huge amounts of songwriting going on right now. The kids are learning how to write songs. And for them, they're big. So that program runs from September till June, just like a regular school year. It runs bi-weekly on a Monday night as a group lesson, and then individual lessons are available to them in between times. On June the 15th coming up, they have their year-end gala, and that's when the students get to perform everything that they've learned throughout the year in front of a live audience. People buy tickets to come and see it. They perform at the Rail Yard, which is a great venue in Mission on Railway Avenue that has all sorts of types of shows, and the kids will get to go up on stage and sing all their songs, and we get to sit back and go, oh, we're so proud.
So how did you get involved in that?
It was a program that was started by the man who owns the Rail Yard, but he was finding between all of his different business interests, because he works in Vancouver and he works in Mission and he manages several bands, that he couldn't keep it going, but he didn't want to see the program die. And when my husband and I, when our band did a concert at that venue 3 years ago, we happened to be talking about it for some reason, I don't know why. And he asked, because we live locally, if we would be interested in helping out with the program. And at the time, we were looking for something that we could volunteer some of our time to give back to the community.
Right.
And this seemed to be a perfect fit. So we came down and we checked it out and said, yep, we're in, but we're going to make a few changes and actually expand it so that it includes more kids and has more aspects of stage performance than just, because at the time they were doing it more of an open mic type deal, and now it's more like it's an actual class. Like they have workshops and teachers and studies and as well as performing, so which they're getting a great deal out of.
Wow, very good. So I just want to point out that you apparently you brought me something.
I did bring you something, yes. So just as a gift for you, we have one of our lovely little stickers. This is Mark and I in our cartoon. It's Happiness Is Making Music. It has our band logo on it, so you can stick this somewhere. This is a signed, autographed CD
awesome.
For you.
Wow.
And this is one of our merchandise things that we like to give out to people, which is actually one of our best sellers out of everything as far as merchandise concerned. It's called Humming Notes, because we have a little hummingbird in our logo, and it's a magnet, sticks on your fridge, and people, they go nuts over this. I don't know, like we've printed thousands of these in the last couple of years, and people are just like, I want more of the pads.
That's great.
So that's for you as well. and we brought you a shirt.
Very nice.
One of our band shirts.
Oh, wow. Oh, I love that. That is so cool. Thank you so much. I really appreciate
Just
that.
make sure you wash it inside out.
Oh, okay, I'll do that.
Just so the
awesome.
logo
Thank
doesn't
you.
come off.
That's very nice. Now, I think we have time to talk about your paintings a little bit. You're an artist, right?
Yes, that's actually how I make my main bread and butter, because musicians, well, we don't get paid a whole lot of money. So,
Right.
So yeah, but doing commission art is my main gig during the day.
Okay, but you have so many different things. Like you're also a costume designer, and you've done improv, I believe.
Yeah, I do a lot of community theater, costume designing for plays. I write plays. So yeah, I have a very creative brain, and if I'm not actually doing something 24/7, that's when, as my mother would have put it when I was 4, this is when I turn into that wayward child and get into trouble. So I just make sure that I have enough creative, ventures going on that I don't get into trouble.
Right, yeah. Wow. Well, I think we're out of time, unfortunately, but I really appreciate you coming to the show and bringing me the gifts. I love that. Again, thank you very much. And I just want to remind you, if you want to be on the show, feel free to contact me. You can email me at smalltalkwithnancy@gmail.com or call me at 604-798-3354. Hope you see you next time right here on Small Talk. In the meantime, peace out.
And a quiet voice inside of me said, don't you be so hot. Be gentle. These are people just like you.